we have some interesting pictures which seem to prove that Rick Clay was right. Here we have William in front of Christ the Redeemer. William is about to become king. I predict he'll become king when you have the Nova Corona T Borealis, the Nova star in the constellation of Corona when it flares. The next possible date is the November the 10th or 11th. King Charles will die. And it seems that Prince William is the Masonic Messianic figure, as we can see in this photo where he is posing in front of Christ the Redeemer, taking the same pose as his mother, who posed in front of the statue when she was alive. And remember, Princess Diana, her name, means Isis, the moon goddess. And all her memorials were dedicated to Isis. She had a perfume called Isis. Her memorial in Harrods was a pyramid with 2 twin candles on the Egyptian staircase, which was dedicated to Isis. Her Hyde Park memorials are dedicated to Isis. Where she was buried, on an island, again you have a temple to Diana, who is Isis. She was buried where they say they buried the pets on the island. Pets like dogs. The dog is the dog star Isis. So it seems that Diana is Isis, and she gave birth to William, who is the Masonic Messianic figure, and who's being prepared for this role. As we can see here, he's in front of Christ the Redeemer, and it's all connected with America. America's going to fall. And before he is king, there's going to be this La Palma tsunami event. And it seems connected with this man-made comet called Third Eye Atlas. Remember that Johns Hopkins University in 1984 actually created a comet that fooled amateur astronomers. Johns Hopkins University was instrumental in the crown bug, in how it was handled. 1984 legislation was used to lock down people in the UK. We have here William in front of Christ the Redeemer in Rio, and we have his mother, Diana, Isis. She was killed in some kind of occult ceremony. She died in the witching hour. She hit the 13th column. She died in Paris, which is named after Isis. Her memorial on the Pont d'Alma tunnel is a flame which is directly cast from the Statue of Liberty, which is Isis. We had 9/11. Princess Diana, her family, the Spencers, are directly related to the Washingtons. They lived in the same house. Diana is likely buried in the family chapel next to a Washington. So George Washington, and they were the main funders of the writer William Shakespeare, who of course was actually a group of Rosicrucian writers who then went on to create America. And the first man to get it was called William Shakespeare. The Tsar, which means Caesar, was from Stratford-upon-Avon. You shake it before you spear it. Trump is the father of the vaccine. Trump is Julius Caesar. Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. He will fall. He got shot in the ear on the birthday of Julius Caesar and the death of John Dee, who was one of the writers of William Shakespeare. One of the other writers of William Shakespeare was a man called Thomas Middleton, who seems to be related to Kate Middleton, who wrote The Witches. And then that book, The Witches, influenced Macbeth. And in it you have 3 witches. Again, I keep on mentioning this, that the number 3 is very important to these people because it represents the Trinity. Out of the Trinity you get enlightenment. So you get the duality, then you get the Trinity, which is Isis, then you get enlightenment. And so in Macbeth, the prophecy is that he cannot be killed by a man born of the womb, but it is a caesarean birth. And William was a caesarean birth on the summer solstice. And Diana may have been artificially inseminated, so she may have been a virgin. So they're trying to recreate this Christ-like image and role. And here we have him in front of Christ the Redeemer in Rio, and the COP3, Third Eye Atlas, Encounters of the Third Kind, your pineal gland, is at a place called Belém, Brazil, which means Bethlehem. So the COP summit is at Bethlehem. And this week we've had the death of one of their family friends. So Kate Middleton and William were friends with this man called Ben Duncan, who died aged 45 this week. He was on Big Brother, BB, Duality, the brothers, BB. So I've said in my videos how you can spot Freemasons and Freemasonic stories like Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne. It's that they have the same letter in the beginning, and then in the second part they have the same letter at the beginning again, like Big Brother, Ozzy Osbourne. So Big Brother, BB, 22, 1111. And on Big Brother, you have an all-seeing eye. And this man called Ben Duncan went to university with William and Kate, and he's one of their best friends. And this week, he was found dead. And they tell us that he fell off a 100-foot tall rooftop bar in London. So a very strange death. This is almost like The Omen, the film The Omen. So one of their best friends dies this week. And this guy, Ben Duncan, seems to have been gay, And it seems that William goes both ways. As I've said in my videos, he has this there's this campness about him. Charles is also goes both ways. So this is nothing new. And so could this be some kind of sacrifice for William? Are we closer to La Palma? It seems like Rick Clay's ideas are coming true, as we have William in front of Christ the Redeemer. And here we have the original COP, which was at Rio, which was in 1992, where you had this statue of Charles as the fallen angel. And you have a book called Antichrist and a Cup of Tea by Tim Cohen, who is a Dassom shill. So they're trying to play this role that Charles is the Antichrist and William is the Masonic Messianic figure, Christ the Redeemer. Here we have him in front of the statue. And the conference is at Bethlehem, where Christ was born. This seems to be the start of the new age. And could it be that we have a big event like La Palma to kick it off? And then all will be revealed about the crown bug. And then we'll be at war with China. Thank you.